We're on!
Hello.
Howdy doody.
Welcome to Wednesday Wisdoms.
In the Tri-Cities, Washington, which is actually Richland, Kennewick, and Pasico. Of course, we don't want to, forget Findlay and Benton City and West Richland, but it's a whole region
surrounding
thing.
Area.
Yeah, there's like almost 300,000 people here. Who knew? Hi, Valerie.
Hello.
So, yeah. So, obviously, we just yak for a minute or two until people get on, and then we got 3 people that have signed in. We know other people are actually out there. We have no idea how many, and we have no idea how to tell. But, hey, Sharon.
We're just doing our deal. We don't get caught up in stuff.
Not too much. Not too much. So. All right. Stupid jokes that I know you've been waiting all week for.
Be still, my heart.
I know. Why did the potato cross the road? It saw a fork up ahead. I know, yeah. Best cookbook, Hot Dog by Frank Furter. Of course. Of course. And what did one plate say to the other plate? Lunch is on me.
See, they should have said, what did the full plate say to the empty plate? I might have gotten that one.
So the object is for you to know what the answer is?
Yes.
Oh.
Right? We all wanted to see if... Isn't this a Janice challenge?
No.
It's not? Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm out of here.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, what else do you want?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Surely you have some ethereal wisdom you could spew upon us.
Don't call me Shirley, so.
Get out. Get out.
Bye.
Oh, gosh. And the dog is here. At the moment, she has left her really obnoxious squeaky toy in the other room, and she's left her bone in the other room. So, and she's laying quietly, so we'll see how long that lasts. Want to talk to you this evening about expansive awareness. That's our superpower that we're talking about this week. We chatted with you about that on Sunday. Excuse me. The energy of the superpower, expanded awareness, is more than just what we know. It's more than just what we feel. It's more than just what we experience. It's this whole other level of awareness that extends beyond our own limited perceptions, our own limited awareness. So this is not to say we don't have perceptions or we don't have awareness. Our mind is a very active, powerful tool. I'm not to minimize that at all. At the same time, the mind can be limited by the data it's received, because it's kind of a search engine and it will process information based on the data that's been given to it, and also based on its past experiences. So even having clear data, the past experiences logged and cataloged in the brain will filter whatever information is there and give us a perception based on that. That's not the expanded awareness I'm talking about. So too with the heart, we have feelings, and our feelings are often based on past experiences. So there's a filter there as well. This is not to minimize our feelings. Our feelings are very powerful, and they have a right to be acknowledged and noticed and expressed. So we don't want to diminish them in any way. But the expanded awareness I'm talking about is beyond that. Then there's a gut response that we get to things. Just a quick flash insight experience. And this kind of sort of sometimes is tapped into the intuition, tapped into that expanded awareness, but not always. So again, a lot of that is based on past experience and filtering what we are experiencing in the moment. So the expanded awareness I'm talking about that I want to share with you has to do with that intuitive insight, the expression of divine connection. So we all have it. It's like we all have muscles, and some of us choose to use them. That's why you have bodybuilders with really defined muscles, like Phil. Phil's got some really defined muscles. Me, not so much. But I still have muscles. I just don't choose to use them in the same way that he does. So this intuitive insight, this intuitive expanded awareness is like a muscle, and the more you use it, the better it gets. The more you do, the better your experience of it is. And there's lots of ways to tap into that. That's why we use a lot of different spiritual tools to allow us to tap into that insight. But what I want us to talk about tonight is how to tap into that divine connection that's always connected, then how to tap into it instantly. Okay? We would like to know that because it's available to us. That divine source has given us this gift of connection. For me, I believe it's through the Holy Spirit, but whatever your belief set allows. So this connection is powerful. And the fastest way to access it is to be clear. If we're all muddied up with past experiences, past trauma, and our filter system is highly activated and clogged and polluted with negative experiences, it's really, really hard to tap into this expanded awareness. So getting clear is a gateway experience so we can even access it in the first place. And there's lots of ways to get clear. You know, you can, often when I'll do a guided meditation, I have you ground your feet and then connect in and let that energy wash through you. That's a way to get clear. And that's why I do that. Because then when I walk you through a guided meditation, you're tapped into this expanded awareness, which exists above and beyond your own knowledge, your own experiences. And that's why sometimes you'll find things showing up in a guided meditation that you've never seen before or you have no idea about because it's not in your realm of experience. It's not in your realm of awareness at that point. So getting clear is really, really powerful, really important. And there's no wrong way to do that. And I think with your intent, there's lots of mechanisms that will grant you clarity. We've talked before about doing the infinity symbol with your hands and sweeping it through the room. It clears the room and clears you at the same time. Anything to get grounded. We've talked about cancel when you get spun up about something. This cancel puts you back to neutral. So whatever tool you have learned to use at this point to get clear, it's really important to do that. And as a reminder, I have this really obnoxious thing I want to share with you.
All clear.
That's what we really want to do, is be
All clear.
And are you
All clear.
right now? Is there anything you need to do to get
All clear. All clear. All clear.
Yeah, we want to be all clear. So it's imperative to do that. And I do that goofy thing because I want you to remember this, because it's really a challenge to remember. We think we're clear and we're not. The world is full of crud. Other people's opinions, other people's attitudes, negative energy. You walk through the grocery store, you're going to pick up somebody else's worry and fear, and just get it clear. However that looks to you, get it clear. Sometimes just taking a mindful drink of water, clear water, will allow you to drink it in and drink in clarity. Does that make sense? So find tools, and I hope to be in a place to offer a class here before long to help you find some more tools, utilize more tools for getting clear and utilizing your intuition. So once you have accessed that all, I won't do it again, access that all clear, then you're in a place where you can perceive the little subtle differences in the world. Now, most of the time, things are neutral. They don't have any value necessarily. We don't need to be on all the time as far as being on high alert. And know that when you need to be on alert, you're going to be notified. It will come through. And usually the negative will come through first. The negative usually feels like an irk. So if somebody's talking and they're la la la, everything, talking about something, and all of a sudden you go, you feel an irk come on, that means that this is something to pay attention to. So either they're not telling you the truth, or they're telling a truth but they don't believe it. And the key here is discernment. Let me read to you what the good book says about discernment. This comes from Hebrews, the 5th chapter, verse 14. But solid food, well, let me read 13 and 14. 13 says, for everyone who partakes only of milk is not accustomed to the word of righteousness, for he's a babe. So if you're only getting a little stuff and you're not getting much, you're just a babe. It's okay. You've got to start somewhere. But the more you do, the more you get. And as you move on into that, but solid food is for the mature, who because of practice have had their senses trained to discern good and evil. Your senses will get trained. You'll understand immediately what you're experiencing. And when you get an irk, you'll have a sense of, oh, I got to pay attention to this. This is significant for me. Either it's something that I didn't know, I need to pay attention to, or there's something amiss about that. And it's important for me to pay attention to that. Have you ever felt an irk? I'm sure you have. Now, the ring true, that's kind of fun. The ring true is really subtle. It's like this. Let me do that again. Now, if that were a feeling, that's what ring true feels like. Now, it's a tone, but we don't hear a tone or feel a tone necessarily in our being. But it's this clear ring true. For me, it's in my heart space. It may ring true differently for you, but generally speaking, you might want to look in your heart space. So if somebody's talking and your heart is just neutral, that's fine. Doesn't mean that it's right, wrong, good, or bad. It's just neutral for you. It has no significance for you. But when you hit a ring true that has significance for you, you'll have a sense of that ring true deep within yourself, and you can go, I need to know more about that. I need to ponder more about that. Make sense? So the first, most important tool or mechanism for this divine connection and expanded awareness is irk ring true. So pay attention to when you feel an irk. Now here's the thing. Sometimes, again, if we're all cluttered up with life's experiences, or trying to make everybody else happy, or trying to get it all done, God knows why, because we do, then we tend to discount or not be aware of those things when they happen. How many times have you ever experienced something and then later thought, oh man, I knew. I shouldn't have gone along with that, or I knew something was amiss with that. I felt that, but I didn't listen. Okay? If you're not listening, you're still a babe, and you're still cluttered up with the cares of the world. Those cares of the world aren't yours to carry. I know! Who knew, right? They're not yours to carry. Let them go. And again, that letting go or that getting all clear, there's numerous ways to do that. When we talked about the clearing the core crystal, that's a beautiful way to remove this energy and let it go, give it to Jesus, the one who is the healer. Let the healer heal. Let him do what he came here to do, and be the recipient of that beautiful healing energy and receive a clear, blessed crystal in return. And then that crystal is part of this mechanism that rings true. And when you're in this space of being clear, then you have access to this information. And you can use this information for anything. Have you ever put something in the microwave and wondered, how long should I put that in there for? Here's what you do. You say 10 minutes, and your body will go, nope. Or you go 3 minutes, and you go, and you'll hear a ting. Or you'll feel the ting inside. You go, okay, 3 minutes. You can balance that back and forth. Keep asking until you get that ting. You don't know which task to do first. Think about this task, think about that task. Which one gives an irk and which one gives you an all clear? If they're neutral, then it's just pick. You don't care. It's emotionally or spiritually not going to affect you one way or the other. It's your choice. A lot of things in this world are just our darn choice. So we get to have accountability for that. But we get to discern whether we want to choose that or if we want to stop and take a look at that. And then we discern whether, is this just a not right task or is it just a not right time? That's where the discernment part comes in. And the discernment is the trick. It's the key. The first step is awareness, noticing that divine spiritual connection, that expanded awareness. Oh, look, there's something here in my awareness for me to pay attention to. And then the second thing is, what does that mean for me? What am I to do with that information? And that discernment sometimes is a challenge. But again, talk it out. Talk it out with yourself and feel or discern what you're experiencing in that state of expanded awareness. Make sense? So what's going on in your world right now? Do you have anything that's a challenge for you? Anything that you're looking at that, gosh, I'm not sure what to do. I'm overwhelmed. What's going on here? Okay, so take a look at the overwhelmed. What are some things on your list that feel overwhelming to you? Okay, so bring something up into your awareness and sit with it. Get clear, sit with it, and see what your response is, this expanded awareness response is. If the expanded awareness response is neutral, then whether you do it or you don't, it's okay. So you can set that one aside and say, I can do that one later. That's not an issue. If something else comes up and you get an irk, then that might be you don't have the time for it, you don't have the equipment for it, you don't have some product that you need to make that happen, you don't have the energy for that, it's not right for you in this time, then you can set that one aside and say, no, I'm not doing that one. Make sense? This is a powerful, powerful tool to help you acquire discernment. Now, we're talking about discernment. There are discernment centers in your being, and they reside right over your eyebrows. And they look like little double terminated crystals, and they lay sideways here. And those discernment crystals get cluttered with our expectations. They get cluttered with our filters based on our past experiences. So let's just take a moment and clear those discernment centers so we have a clear perception system that's able to receive the data and process it more clearly. All right? So to do that, you just take your little fingers and just sweep it out and let it go. Now for me, I prefer to give things to Jesus, but you can do whatever you want to do. You can lift them to heaven, send them to the ethereal realms, whatever you want to do. There's really no wrong way to do that. And then ask for new discernment crystals to be given to you. And they'll be bright, sparkly, clean. They're not affected by what you've experienced in the past, but they'll help you discern what is true and what is falsehood. To discern good and evil. To discern the next right step or not. That's just what this is for. And then you just reinsert them back into that spot. Then when you get them done, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap, and they're clear and ready to go. Now there's more crystalline structures within that system, but this is the big one. This is the big one. Do you ever get headaches right above your eyebrow? Or anything? Sometimes that's where our sinuses is, so I'm not going to discount that. But sometimes it's the discernment crystal has gotten clogged by the old filters that we utilize. So notice that if you feel some tension up here, you might want to clear them out. You can clear them out as many times as you want to. It doesn't hurt a thing. Matter of fact, it's really a blessing to keep them bright and shiny and sparkly and clear. So whatever you're choosing to do for yourself or looking at in your world, just notice. Notice with this expanded awareness that is clear, it's open, it's bright, and has your best interest at heart. And is not here about making you look good. It's about helping you discern what is right and what is not right for you. That makes sense? I don't think I have anything else I wanted to share with you about that. Let me check my notes just to make sure. Just another little word about past trauma. Sometimes our past trauma is pretty overwhelming and tries to filter everything to keep us safe. So again, getting clear may take a little more effort. Pardon me. But it's well worth it. So again, if you need assistance in getting clear, that's way okay too. So you may want to connect to one of our Divine Fellowship people that you know and buddies and ask for some help. There's lots of help to get clear, be clear. Ask Divine Source for a clearing. It's powerful stuff. You'd be surprised what would happen when you just ask for it. So notice that when you're tuned in to this expanded awareness, it's effortless. And you can be tuned in all the time. The connection is there. It's just waiting for your awareness to tap in. And everything in this world can be a discernment. Everything in this world can utilize this expanded awareness. So if you have any questions about that, I don't know how we're doing on our time. If you have any questions about that, type them up and post them right here. And Phil is on the other line. Wherever I got the phone, somewhere. I had the phone, there it is. So I get the phone and he will call me and read to me the questions that you might have. So if there's something that you're discerning or you're wanting to discern and you're struggling with that, let me know. I want to help you with that. Okay? So if you have any questions or comments about this discernment and this expanded awareness, just let me know. Also, well, I'm waiting to see if there's any response here. If you would think you would be interested, let me know. The board of directors, board of trustees, and I are pondering shifting Wednesday Wisdoms from a Facebook group to a Zoom group, so there's more interaction and we can actually do like little classes, little mini classes. So if you think that would be interesting and you think you'd be willing to do that, let me know. Alrighty, any questions? Let me check in with Mr. Phil, see if you've intercom.
Hello.
Hello, has there been any questions or comments that I need to know about?
Nope.
Alrighty then, cool. So if you want to join me back here, Mr. Phil,
Oogie doogie.
we'll just wrap up with that. So hopefully everyone has a nice, clear for the rest of their evening. You could put some wine or champagne in that. That's a champagne glass. For now, we're just gonna do an energy circuit to charge up the energies that we've just been talking about. Got a stray here, don't we? Maybe it's just glare. I don't know. Our bands together really, really fast. You're still connected in, always connected in. Bring that energy into your heart space with your awareness. It's already there.
Michelle says she likes your scarf.
Oh, thank you. Isn't this fun? Deb Rowden gave that to me for my birthday one year, I think. I think it was birthday. So that connection is always there, but notice it. Notice it going into your heart space. From your heart space to your left hand to right hand back to your heart space, and that completes this energy circuit. And as that energy circuit is completed, then we can build energy between our hands. Because this would just complete the circuit, but because we have our hands apart, then the energy builds in this space. How fun is that? Now with this builded energy, this amplified energy, whatever, then we can utilize this energy in lots of ways. Maybe there's someone you would like to send healing energy to. Maybe, I know there's a lot of people right now who are suffering and struggling, and it's hard stuff.
A lot of people in the hospital.
Yeah. So, sending energy to those that could use it. My hand just ramped right up when I thought about that. So we're going to just either send it to an individual, or we're going to just send it out to those that could use it. They will have access to that energy. Recalling that energy into the heart space, back one hand to the next. Yeah, clear that off. You don't want any psychic backlash. Energy building again. Now this time we're going to amplify this energy and build it up and take it on. Because with this energy, the discernment process is much easier and much clearer. And that's what we're looking for. So bringing that energy now into our heart space so that we can be a blessing. We can be of service in our world. So with that, God bless. We'll see you next time. Take care.